Bir zamanlar tek atımlı tüfeklerimiz vardı. Şimdi bu seri ateş eden Nordenfell silahlarıyla modern çağa tam anlamıyla ayak uydurduk.
Biz silahlarımızı küçük ölüm elçileriyle doldururuz.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to a live stream of
Biz
Battlefield 1.
ıskalamayız.
Some Friday night shenanigans.
Soldiers, today the devil attempts to steal our home.
Blah blah whatever. Alright. Yeah, let's bomb them. What's going on? Are you freaking serious right now? Dude, what the hell was that? Let's try that again. Let me get the chat window up in the meantime.
I have long realized that the ambition of my life has been to go on a great military campaign. With Dawn, I see that wish fulfilled.
Thousands of us wait quietly in the hull of this old collier ship. A Trojan horse, ready for the Ottomans with our sharpened British steel.
I saw the maps that the commanders are using. They're from the Crimean War. Over 50 years old.
Okay.
How many times will I see the sunrise over a battlefield? This old dog might be getting too tired for war. After this campaign, it's time to call it quits.
Alright. Skip this.
Soldiers, today we seize the beating heart of the Ottoman Empire.
I hope I didn't join the shitty team. I knew it. I knew it. Always freaking puts me on the shitty ass team. Freaking A, man. Oh no. Don't tell me disconnected again. Dude, what the fuck? Are you serious? I'm gonna try another server. What's going on, man? What kind of bullshit is this? Alright, let's play a rush. I don't know why it's doing this. What the hell? Hey, what's up? What do you mean messed up this game? Oh, really? You mean after the latest update? Yeah, I'm not surprised, I guess. Okay, just about to spawn. So yeah, I want to talk about a few things, upcoming games and upcoming GPUs and whatnot, and man, I've been reading stuff online. It's pretty hilarious. Like, there's a lot of flack that BF5 has been getting. I should probably do a video of that myself. Look at that. Launched. Nice. 160 FPS and 4K, baby. Let me show you them options real quick. 4K. Playing on the OLED monitor. TAA, everything maxed out. We do. Get the blasting started. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio okay? Yeah, I saw the previews for that. I don't know. I'm holding my breath to get some benchmarks first. So first of all I ordered 4 RTX 2080 Ti's. Obviously that's not gonna work because apparently NVLink only works with 2 GPUs. So there goes that. But I guess I can use 2 2080 Ti's in my in both my rigs, I suppose. But why, you punk shit? There you go. So okay, cool. Yeah, I was actually surprised by that. I guess it's kind of like, they're trying to really capitalize on what the miners for cryptocurrency did earlier this year and late last year by jacking up the prices. And I think for all intents and purposes, the new Titans are going to be $3,000 going forward, like the Titan V, because they basically made it a separate SKU. It's not a that's a bitch. Yeah. God, I love this map because of the tulips or whatever flowers these are. It looks beautiful. Dude. So anyway, yeah, like I was hoping to run 4-way SLI or NVLink with the new 2080 Ti's. Two reasons it cannot happen. One is, as I said, NVLink only works with 2 GPUs, and number 2, the Founders Edition cards are, they have 2 blower fans. Instead of blowing hot air out the back, it throws it into the case. So if I have a GPU sandwich, it's just like the cards will basically die because it'll just try to blow the hot air onto the back of the other GPUs, and it'll just heat up into oblivion. So that'll never work. I tried running 3 980 classifieds in GPU sandwich once, and the temperatures were just insane. I mean, it's not meant to run like that. You need to have some ventilation in between. So that's the reason. So anyway, obviously I'm going to see how it performs. I'm really excited about the cards, especially with the ray tracing and whatnot. So I can't wait to bring you guys benchmarks. We'll compare it to 4-way SLI Titan XP. Only 30IR is going to do it because I'm still running 4-way SLI, as you can see on the top left. The GPU scaling sucks donkey dick because it's just too much for 4K. Like 4K is for peasants, I used to say, because I used to have an 8K monitor. Remember in late April of 2017 till about I think it was November of last year. I had the 8K monitor, and then I got rid of it. No, actually I had it. I think I had it till January. I don't even remember now, but I had it for a while. Got rid of it because performance wasn't great. It was an MST monitor. I had to do some gimmicks for it to get to scale properly and whatnot. And they were saying new 8K monitors were coming out, but now it's been like radio silent as far as 8K monitors. So the next big thing is obviously the. Are you kidding me? Oh, the 4K 144 Hz HDR monitors, which I got one, the Asus PG27UQ. I did a review of that, so make sure you guys check it out if you're new to my channel. And that performed okay, but there were problems with that monitor too. For instance, 3-way and 4-way SLI didn't work properly, even though it was an SST monitor. And for those who are uninformed about that, or who don't know, SST stands for single stream transfer. So when you have a monitor that's that requires 2 cables to work properly, it's called an MST monitor, or multi-stream transfer, and that basically acts like a tiled display where half the screen is rendered by one data stream and the other half is rendered by the other cable with its own data stream. And it kind of, it's like a fake, it's like 2 images together that complete the entire image. So long story short, it's not ideal because there's a lot of latency issues with that kind of setup. So ideally you need higher bandwidth in order to run single stream transfer monitors at higher resolution. So I started running 4K, remember way back in 2013 when I did 4K surround, which was over the top and insane, and each of those monitors were MST. So I was basically running 6 cables, 6 DisplayPort 1.2 cables to run that setup. So after a couple of years, when 4K became popular, there we go, look at all these punks here, they started releasing SST 4K monitors. And for instance, this OLED monitor that I have, Dell UP3017Q. Oh, kidding me, Adam? It requires just a single cable, and I'm using a DP 1.4 cable. However, when I had the 8K monitor, that was back to MST and required 2 DP 1.4. So again, it had its own, you know, assortment of issues and whatnot, so that's why I sold it after a few months. But going back to the 4K 144 hertz monitor, 3 and 4-way SLI just didn't work properly, and even 2-way didn't work properly with G-Sync turned on. I had to basically disable G-Sync, and if I wanted to use HDR, and especially if I wanted to use 144 hertz mode. Because remember, the monitor is natively 120 hertz, and you have to technically overclock it to get 144 hertz, so it's not a true 144 hertz display. Plus, it was only 27 inches, which is a downgrade from my 30-inch 4K OLED. And believe it or not, many of you guys might not believe this, but if you see both monitors next to each other, which is how I had it, the OLED and the 4K HDR monitor, the OLED image looks way better. I know that sounds hard to believe, but trust me, like, my eyes are very sensitive, and they definitely, like, there was not a question of, it was not a question, basically. Like, I was able to, nice, diffused. So, you know, it's because of it's the first iteration of 4K 144 hertz monitors, so they'll improve over time. So right now, you know, 4-way didn't work. I think, though, having said that, with the announcement of the RTX 2080 Ti with NVLink, which has incredible bandwidth compared to the old HB SLI bridges. So let me backtrack a little bit. The HB SLI bridge that I'm using right now for 4-way SLI has, I believe, 2 gigabits per second of bandwidth. I may be off there, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's around 2 gigs. I'm getting shot. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think it's 2 gigabits per second. So with the NVLink, with the RTX 2080 Ti, it bumps it up to 100 gigabits per second. That's a 50x increase in a bandwidth where the GPUs talk to each other. So can you imagine how smooth the gameplay, quote unquote, should be? We don't know yet because we don't have any benchmarks, but I cannot wait to get my hands on that. I should be getting it September 20th. Unfortunately, they, you know, announced it, but they didn't. Usually Nvidia announces the cards and they release it right away. But I think this whole thing with the mining bullshit, they had to, like, dump their stock of or, you know, what do you call it? excess stock of 10 series cards, and so they just decided to delay the launch of the 2080 and 2080 Ti for a month, which kind of pisses me off. But anyway, you know, it is what it is. So as soon as we get it, you know, I'll be doing benchmarks and everything. So I can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys subscribe and stay tuned for that. I'll be comparing it to my 4-way SLI Titan XP setup, and with the NVLink, it should be really interesting. So going back to my old point, I'm kind of like ADHDing here. I'm like jumping all over the place. My old point was the 4K 144 hertz monitors combined with the RTX 2080 Ti with NVLink should be the ideal setup for gaming, because with that kind of bandwidth, you should be actually able to hit around 144 FPS, you know, maxed out in many of the games. So, gotcha, bitch. Oh man, I love the dynamic weather, dude. This game, like, I hate this game, to be honest. Like, I bought the Ultimate Edition or whatever. I paid like 130. I don't remember how much it was. It was like 130 bucks. You know, I pre-ordered it, but the dynamic weather system is just phenomenal. So, you know, with Battlefield 5, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. That's something I want to talk about next. But let's keep talking about the GPU stuff. So, yeah, let me recap. So the RTX 2080 Ti with NVLink and the 4K 144 hertz HDR monitor should be. Oh my god, it was retarded. Info wars. Where you at? Punk. Yeah. KDR of 2, baby. Woohoo! It's like drunk shooting. Still got his ass. Let me lie down in these flowers. Whoa. What the hell? Oh. Dude, this is a wash. These guys didn't even get one MCOM. Look at that sky. Derp. Anyway, so yeah, that should be really interesting. And we'll see how it goes. So that should be a lot of fun when the RTX 2080 Ti's get here. I'm gonna still see, you know, me being 30IR. I gotta find out if there's a way to run more than 2-way SLI, and if there is, you know, damn right I'm gonna be doing it. So that should be fun. Anyway, what's up? What's going on? Bill Gates, son. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, the pricing has been a point of contention for sure. They went up pretty far from the previous generation, but you got to understand, like, there are a lot of people who are really upset with the new pricing structure. But as I said, the whole thing has been shifted, you know, because of mining and just because there's no competition for NVIDIA. Like, it's really unfortunate. As I told you, when I started building my first rig that I built was in 2009. It was an NVIDIA GTX 295, a dual PCB card. But before that, I remember in 2004, I ordered a custom desktop from Sony and like maxed it out. And then in 2005, when Fear 1 came out, I was still in school back then. When Fear 1 came out, I bought a Radeon X1600 XTX, which is like $700 back then. It was pretty expensive. And man, that card was amazing. Like I was destroying fools in Fear. It was such an amazing game. And it's unfortunate, you know, with AMD being, or I guess Radeon became AMD, or they got acquired, with AMD/Radeon being so good back then, and then now, fast forward, you know, 13 years, like AMD doesn't pose even the slightest of threats to NVIDIA in the GPU department. So really, you know, in the desktop GPU department. So it's kind of sad, to be honest. I wish there was more competition that would help drive the prices down, but it is what it is. And we are paying a premium for this RTX ray tracing, real-time ray tracing coming to the consumer side. Remember, ray tracing is not a new technology. It's been there for like 30 plus years. But to have real-time ray tracing and being able to do it like, you know, well, real-time is a phenomenal achievement. And all of us are paying, you know, for that a little bit, for that R&D that went into it for the past 30 years or whatever. So, or 10 years according to NVIDIA, however long they've been doing it. So it's just something, you know, we got to keep in mind. But yeah, I can't wait to try to. I saw the BF5, the Battlefield 5 demo, and man, it makes a world of difference. There's one particular scene. There's this video on YouTube. I don't have the link to it right now. I don't know if Presidents is watching, but anyway, he's my mod. Oh shit. Oh, fuck. Okay. There's one particular part in this video that they showed where the guy is just running. It's in the Rotterdam map, and he's like, try to watch it if you can. He's running in the middle of the road, and they turn RTX, you know, they switch it back off and on like 2 or 3 times. Dude, when they have RTX on and he's running through the streets, like, it's unbelievably photorealistic. Like, I couldn't believe, because here's the thing, like, your brain, like, your eyes don't actually look at specific things and say, oh, look, that's ray tracing. It doesn't work that way. It's really subliminal. Like, it's almost like as if your subconscious picks it up, but, you know, your eyes pick those details up, and you actually register a more realistic image in your brain. It's phenomenal. I just, you know, I can't wait for the technology to improve. And man, like 5 years from now, we'll be having such insanely powerful cards with ray tracing that's, you know, just unimaginably powerful. So it's going to be epic. So it's good for, you know, gamers in general, but unfortunately we pay the oh, you son of a bitch. We pay the you know, first adoption or whatever tax that they call it. So Tim, no, I actually returned that monitor because, as I said, it wasn't performing the way I needed it to be. G-Sync is broken with SLI in that monitor. 3 and 4-way SLI doesn't work, so it was basically a shit show. And I had to basically reset the monitor multiple times in order to get even 2-way to work properly. There was just a lot of issues. So I wasn't feeling it. It was because it's the first iteration. So yeah. I'm gonna get the monitor again, but you know, once they come out with like a little updated versions or whatever. I'm playing on the 4K OLED monitor right now. Yeah, dude, why is nobody dropping medkit? Oh, right here. That's how you do it, Ribby Rose. Gotcha, bitch. Yeah. Oh shit, I throw some dynamite. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. I was actually getting some kills, which was nice for a change. Look at this. I love the rain and everything, man. Can't wait for Battlefield 5, even though... Okay, let's now switch to Battlefield 5. Enough about the GPUs and whatnot. So, I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I've been reading a lot about... Shit! Dude, are you serious? Okay. I've been reading a lot about the controversy of Battlefield 5. Oh, really? Damn, that's crazy, Banana Boy. I can't wait. I'll be doing a live stream the first day, man. Battlefield 5 comes out. Obviously, we'll have the benchmarks in for the other games by then, because, you know, I believe Battlefield 5 comes out October 20th? It's like a week before Red Dead Redemption 2, and that's the funny thing. I'm gonna actually, so I'm trying to sell my consoles. Like I need to sell my Xbox 360, original Xbox, and PS2 with a bunch of games. So hint hint, and if anybody wants it, let me know. I'll let it go for real cheap. But I'm gonna buy the Xbox One X just for Red Dead Redemption 2. I told myself I'll never buy a console again, but it really pissed me off that the Rockstar shitheads aren't releasing it on PC anytime soon, so I don't want to miss out on that game. That game is going to be the game of the year for me. I don't care what anybody says. I know, like, I can't believe I'm saying it, even though it's a console game, but, dude, can you imagine RDR2 on my rig on the PC? Like, I just sit there all day, like, enjoying the scenery, taking 8K screenshots, filling up my 15 terabyte NAS with the screenshots of RDR and videos. It's gonna be epic, man. That's for sure. But anyway, for now, there is no announcement on of it coming to PC. So I'm gonna get the Xbox One X, and then I'm gonna get the PS4, obviously, for what is it? Last of Us 2, a couple of other, and God of War 4. I'm a big God of War fan. That's a PS exclusive, so I'll be getting that. I don't know what else. Bitch. Yeah. So I'll be getting both of those, PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, you know, in a little bit. And then for the PC, of course, there are a lot of good games coming out. I saw some videos on Rage 2, which looks so fun. It looks like Bulletstorm with Bulletstorm on steroids with like a little bit of Mad Max thrown in. And I said that before I even knew Avalanche Studios was involved in creating that game, so it's hella funny. Yeah, it uses NVLink. 4K gamer, no. Whoever's, yeah, Banana Boy was right. SLI is not supported with the Titan V. I had one Titan V, and then I ended up selling it. But it was fun. In fact, I did a lot of videos with the Titan V. You can check out the playlist on my channel. And it performed really well for a single GPU. In fact, I believe it's a 12 nanometer chip, if I remember correctly. And only Volta consumer GPU. So now they have the Turing, which is still 16 nanometer, if I'm right. And then they're gonna jump to 7 nanometer with what are we calling it? Navi is AMD. I don't know what Nvidia is calling it. Their version of the 7 nanometer chip. So, anywho, yeah, no SLI on the Titan V. Well, technically, and the 2080 Ti is going to be NV linked. So. Yeah, exactly. In fact, one of my Xbox 360 games is GTA 5. Matt, it's called work, dude. And if you think about it, it's not that, I mean, well, I don't want to sound, I don't know how to put it, but, come on, stop running around, let me kill you. Peekaboo, bitch. Oh, shit! Oh my god, that got me. I mean, you can spend... Well, it is, you know, like, it's a hobby, so if you really care about it, for me, it gives me hours and hours and hours of entertainment and fun, and especially sharing it with you guys on live streams and videos. It's a lot of fun for me, so it's more than worth, you know, what I pay for it. Oh my god, that's horrible aiming. Dude, my mouse, what the hell? Okay, there we go. But the other thing is, you can, you know, I spent like way more on cars and whatnot, so it's not even a it's not even a close thing. Yo, Hendrickson, what's going on? 4K Gamer, it did, but not for... it supported NV-Link, but not as a... What do you call it? Like, you couldn't game with it. The drivers did not support it. Remember, SLI is a combination of hardware and software. So if the drivers don't support it, you can't force like SLI to work. Whereas with this new NVLink / SLI, NVIDIA is basically going to go back to trying SLI, and if they get it right with the 50x bandwidth that they're promising, they're gonna sell a shit ton of cards, and people are gonna be happy, and you know, you won't. Dude, what the heck? Are you shitting me? How did he? Bullshit. Fucking punk. Oh my god, I lost it. One of the things I don't like about this game is the spawning is absolute shit. Thanks, dude. I don't know what you mean by conventional. Are you kidding me? Good God, there we go. But no personal questions, man. I don't answer those, so if you don't mind, keep it to gaming. That's all I have to say. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk about rich? Like, did you guys hear about the Bugatti Divo that was unveiled today at Quail in Pebble Beach, which is like a couple of hours from where I live. That car is $5.8 million. Okay, and you're talking about a it's already and the funny thing is they're only making 40 of them, and all 40 are already sold out. No, that's crazy. Thanks, 4K. Well, I already bought 4 2080 Ti's and 2 NVLink bridges, so you guys will be the first to know if it's possible. So stay tuned. I'll definitely be trying that out. You know what game I've been playing lately is Shadow of War. I used to play that like all the time, and then I got bored of it, and I didn't touch it for like 8 months. And then I recently got back into it, and I've just been like wrecking orcs left and right, man. The game's hilarious. The orc quotes and whatnot. I streamed that last week, I believe. They were just cracking me up. Hello, Mark. Bitch. Oh, hell no. Dude, come on. This fucking Lambda guy keeps getting me all the time. Piece of shit. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. No, actually, Banana Boy, NVLink does not use, so that's what's important. You gotta read the, oh shit, that guy's hiding up there. If I read it correctly, NVLink actually does not use the PCI bus at all. It actually just uses the NVLink bridge. Oh my goodness, that was pathetic. It uses the NVLink bridge to basically, you know, make the computer think it's acting as one card. And in fact, NVLink is the only reason that the memory is now additive, meaning instead, you know how in SLI, like right now in 4-way SLI, I have only 12, quote unquote only, but 12 gigs of VRAM, and that's it. Just because I have 4 cards doesn't mean I have 48 gigs of VRAM. It's not additive, it's mirrored. Whereas with NVLink, it's actually additive, meaning if you have 2 cards in NVLink, I'll have 22 gigs of VRAM because each one has 11. So that's something that's going to be new, plus the insanely high bandwidth. I cannot wait, dude. Like, I'm really stoked about it. Can you imagine running 4 of them together, and if that was possible? That's literally 44 gigs of VRAM. Like, running 8K at 60 FPS should be a breeze with everything maxed out. Man, I'm getting wrecked by you guys. What's going on? This is bullshit. I thought we were winning. Damn, I have a negative KDR. Are you kidding me? Oh, I know why. A bunch of snipers over here. Oh, interesting. I see. 4K gamer, I think I'm about 5% confident. And the only reason I say that is the physical design of the chip. They've made it explicitly not compatible to work with 4-way. And if there's some way to make it work without the NVLink bridge, then it would be possible. But as long as we need the NVLink bridge, it's not going to be possible. God damn it, because it has only one quote-unquote finger for the NVLink. Whereas if you look at the Titan V, dude, it's this guy again. Tall bitch. So yeah, if you need the NVLink bridge, it's not going to work. If you don't need it and they figure out some way to just like have it, you know, magically work, then yeah. But if you look at the Titan V, it has actually 2 fingers per GPU. So technically, they should have made, like, can you imagine we could have put 4 NVLink bridges and have 4-way Titan V work? And I was going to get 4 if it would have worked, but it doesn't. So it didn't. And it still doesn't. So that's a... This is really pissing me off right now. This guy's lying prone like a squat to pee sissy. David, if you're an adult female, 100% female from birth, and you're gorgeous, and you're over the age of 18, then yes, let's make it work. But otherwise, no. I just gotta throw that out there these days. Anyway, let's talk about Battlefield 5. So I'm stoked about it with the RTX. Graphics look amazing. One of the reasons I wasn't really excited for the game, and honestly, I still am not that much. I was really expecting Bad Company 3 or something like that. But the only reason I mean, the reason being I wanted like Bad Company 3 or some modern shooter, and unfortunately they went back to World War II, which I am not, I don't care about it. Oh, yeah, I got him. Tall dick. Dude, it's just Lambda. Ugh. Son of a bitch. So... yeah, it would be kind of crazy, but you know, remember, it's all relative, man. I'll give you a little clue. On one of my cars, this was a few years ago. I already sold the car, but one of my cars I spent, it had 700 all-wheel horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque at the dyno, so it's to the ground. And I spent about 85K modding it, so... you know, I'm not, again, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm just saying it's all relative. I told you I have a friend who, no joke, he spent, in fact, I don't even know how much he spent, but I know that he bought some cables for his home theater that were like $10,000 each. His home theater is like a couple $1 million, so, yeah, it's all relative. That's all I can say. David, nice try, but I got an idea actually for a giveaway. I mean, not for a whole PC, but for some components. I already did a giveaway a few months ago for the Razer Nostromo, and somebody won it. You guys can go to 30ir.com/giveaways and see the winner's name. It's been like, I think I did that last year. It's been a long time, but let's see, David, mouse, I'm using the Razer Chroma. I have the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard and the Razer Chroma mouse, and then the Razer, it's a black mouse pad. I forget the name of it, but it's sick. I just love, I mean, I know Razer gets a lot of hate, but I think their aesthetics are pretty cool. For my laptop, I have a WASD keyboard, WASD. Yeah, that's true, Banana Boy. I might have to end up building a new rig. I still haven't parted out my X79 rig that I need to do, but once I do that, I'll build a rig with the 9900K to run two 2080 Ti's. Yeah, man, it's all relative. Let's see. Hey, Presidents is here. What's up, dude? Long time. Alright, let me use another class. I'm gonna get wrecked, but whatever. At least I've been getting some kills so far. What is this? Oh. Oh shit, we're defending. I was like all turned around and stuff. Man, this map is nice. Oh, you punk. Dude, this guy, he's pissing me off. Yeah, I don't mind them. I mean, if they produce GPUs that competed with NVIDIA, I'd definitely get them. In fact, I was considering getting a Threadripper, building a Threadripper rig, and you know, that was late last year. Late last year when I was gonna build my X299 rig too, but I ended up not doing any of that because you know, the channel wasn't really growing, and I just kind of stopped posting a lot, so I ended up not doing it. But you know, after I get these new GPUs, I might get back into it a little, but I'm not going to go overboard or anything. I know that sounds funny when I got 4 2080 Ti's, but still, we'll see. Man, I just wish I had like 3 or 5 million subscribers. I'd be posting this shit every day. I'd be making videos and getting wrecked like that on a daily basis, just for you guys. You guys can still make it happen. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. My dude, I just told you, it's called work. And if it's a hobby, just save up for it. You don't need to buy 4, you can get 2. Are you kidding? Okay, he's dead. Oh! Oh my god. At least he rezzed me. That was amazing. Alright, I'm turned around. Okay, here we go. Dude, I can't see anything. Oh, I'm burning him for sure. Boom. I don't even know where I'm shooting. Playing like, have you guys seen any of those military videos in Iraq or Syria? They're just these dumbass terrorists just shooting in the air like, and they think they're hitting someone. So funny. Whenever I miss like that, it always reminds me of that. Man, that looks sick. Alright, I have 0 kills. This is bullshit. See, this is why I don't switch classes, because I can't play. Like, it's just too... Ugh, look at that already, dude. Punk. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. This is not good. I think I'm going to switch back to the other class. Oh. Well, I told you it's work. And if I had, like, some of these guys who have, like, millions of subscribers, they can, if I had millions of subscribers, I'd be doing a giveaway, like, every month of a new GPU. I wouldn't care, like, you know, at that point, it's just having fun and helping people out, so. Oh, yeah. Hit that like for a kill. Oh shit, flamethrower. What the hell? Oh, because we got wrecked, that's why. Squat here. Okay, there's a guy right over there. Damn, you know, artillery strike. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought we lost this point. Maybe not. As I said, I'm just turned around. Everything looks the same to me. All these points look alike. Dude. Oh, got him. Yeah, just keep one. I'm not gonna water cool. You know me, I don't water cool GPUs. I have an all-in-one cooler for the CPU, but oh shoot, we're gonna lose a point. But yeah, I'm not gonna water cool the GPUs. It should be fine. They're supposed to be this new vapor chamber that Nvidia is touting, so I would like to see how it performs. Oh, you son of a bitch! Damn, I got burnt to a cinder. Yeah, if that would work, that would be funny. Yeah, defuse both of them. Dude, I don't want to look at the scoreboard so bad right now. Oh, I got 2. Yeah. Fedorov is too slow. Let's see if I have any other. Oh, the Owl. I think that's an even worse gun. Boom! That was sick. Look at that wrecking that 144 FPS barrier in 4K. Man, they just put effort into making it scale well. Like 8K 60 FPS would be a thing now. They're not coming out, like, there's no new monitors on the horizon for, you know, 8K monitors. Like, it's still the same old Dell Same MSDBS, so it's not that great. I'm waiting for something better before I get an 8K monitor again. Yeah. Man, I want that Bugatti Devo. Thing's sick. Alright, Howl is kind of shitty. Actually, you know what? I need to customize and see what kind of guns. Ooh, here we go. Well, most of these are shit. Optical. Damn, I need to unlock a lot of these. Holy crap. Automatic sniper. What the hell? That doesn't sound too fair to me. Alright, let's try the Howl. Is this the Howl? Yeah, okay. Alright, now we're on the attack. Let's get him. Oh, really? That's interesting. Well, actually, I mean, if I remember correctly, though, with 4 GPUs at 4K, like, the scaling was around the same. Because remember, it's engine limited to 200 FPS. But you see, in games like 150 plus, maxed out with TAA, I don't recall it being much better than that, to be honest. Maybe. Punk. Dude, this gun sounds sick. Did you guys hear that echo? Where's he at? I thought this was a dude. Ugh, I can't see. That's the other thing I don't like about this game is with these old ass weapons, there's no proper scope, and it's just hard. Like after playing Battlefield 4, you know, I want like a IRNV or FLIR scope. Fuck, I don't see anything. How did I not hit that guy? Holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna change guns. This is stupid. Let's go with the low weight Piper. What the hell is that? BAR is sick. I'll just go with this. Yeah, we're wrecking them. Come on, let me spawn, damn it. Here we go. The action, son. Gotcha, bitch. Yeah, that's true. Like you could, there's always a question of CPU limitation occurs at a higher FPS. So like right here, if I had, I think for this game at 4K resolution, 2 GPUs are perfect with the high bandwidth bridge, and then obviously the new 2080 Ti with the NV link bridge is going to be insanely good. But wait, oh man. Dude, you got both of us. Oh my goodness. But you know, probably like be at a solid maybe one. Well, actually with 2 GPUs, I think you'd get only like 110, 120 FPS. With 3, you're probably looking at like 160, and then with 4, it actually gives worse performance, which is not great. Ow. Oh! Retarded! That was dumb. Man, what the hell? I thought we had this point. Come on! It's like smoke and push. Jeez. Push, I can't spell for shit. Okay, there we go. Okay then, so what do I go around here? Damn, look at that scenery, guys. Are you kidding? Dude. Oh man. Technically, yes. It is limited to 2 GPUs, but... Okay, here we go. Some guy already said it. Nice. Kidding me? Ugh. Yeah, got it. Jeez, no kills.